If I talk this loud, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you for the introduction. I appreciate it. Most of all, it's been a real privilege to be able to serve. Many of you didn't have different. To go along with some of that background, I've been blessed in my life. I had great parents. Not everybody has the same privilege. We have great communities. It's our obligation to make sure that we reach out and build strong communities. That's what the ethnic population will do. Continue to still hold fast to that strong community, that strong value of family. I believe that that's part of the problem in our family, is we're losing that family value. The reason I say that my parents were great parents, I'm not so sure I liked them much as a kid. They were tough. My dad was just a good old farmer rancher. I'm the fifth generation son of farmer rancher out in the East Valley. But my parents used to tell me certain things, especially my dad. He'd say things like, son, don't come to me with problems, you got an answer to fix it. Get as sure as everything like the one I got. Folks, when you got a problem, don't come to some government official without an answer. Get you sure as everything like the one government. Or you got an answer to fix it. And he'd say, son, if you want the horse or the buggy to go where you want it to go, go the way it's on the back of the back. What means is, just get involved. Now, you've heard that I've been on city council, water board, been a public works director. I don't call that politics in my life because I still have a full-time job. I was a construction worker for the past 40 years before coming into Congress. That's what I've done for my living my whole life. But I had a chance to buy the ranch back when I was a child, back in 1977. Remember that? Wanted nothing to do with it because I worked construction for the first time in my life. I had paychecks in my pocket. That's the direction I went. I'm proud of it. I don't have a college degree. You know what? I still provided for and built a strong family because of the privileges you have here in this nation. The opportunity to grow, to do things you can do with hard work. It doesn't always take a degree to get that. It helps things many times. I've provided for, taken care of, and been a servant in the community. That's our obligation as citizens, to stay active. You're here today because you want to be a good citizen. You want to be active. You want to understand what's going on. But we can always do a little more, do a little better. Reach out and educate you on their responsibility. Until this nation gets all active and everybody gets involved, we need to turn things around. We need to turn things around? I believe we do. That's why I run for Congress. I'm a job creator. Back in 2006 at my peak, being very successful. The greatest privilege I've ever had in my life was not going to Congress. The greatest privilege I've ever had in my life was to be an employee. That is what gives you, makes your heart good. To be a good father, a good husband. Those are the things that are important. By 2010, my business was less than 70. Today, the same businesses were employing probably less than 70. So this economy we hear about is growing, expanding, because people are gambling. It's not because of anything that the federal government's doing. It's because of what state legislatures have done. Now, people ask me, what have you done for me lately? To have the opportunity to go to Congress and be appointed to the Transportation Infrastructure Committee, that fits me very well. That's important to Nevada. Why does it fit me very well? I had over 14 years of serving on the Regional Transportation Commission, the Regional Flood Control District. I had the opportunity to be involved with the Las Vegas Convention Business Department, health district issues in this county. I helped with many other commissioners to design the infrastructure that we're still working on today. So at the transportation infrastructure, I did that very well. I believe it's good for Nevada. And also have the opportunity to be vice chairman over Highway and Transit at Subcommittee. What's that? Well, Highway and Transit was just now passed last year. The first long-term spending bill without increasing budget, without extra taxes, for 5 years, called the FAST Act. we've had in over 20 years. We've been on short-term spending solutions for that time, having 63 short-term spending bills. No budgeting plan for the future. 6-month per year solution. In order how you plan for the future, knowing that the SEC is looking forward, we planned this beltway back 25 years ago. Still working to get it done. We'll take long-term solutions to get things done. That's what the FAST Act gives people, long-term solutions. And we need to do better. We didn't make sure it goes on beyond that, in my opinion. But, you know, some people say I don't want to increase taxes. I believe in you targeted taxes, even as a Republican. I want the dollar that I tax for, that's for highway and transit, to go where highway and transit is done. The activity you see in this community today, in the construction, that might be frustrating to you. But think about those 6 or 7 years that we sent stagnant. In 2013, I had the privilege of working with Mayor Kirkpatrick. We stood in the House. We passed through legislation. That's most of you haven't even recognized that in your pocket. There's a tax on your fuel tax, even with prices going down. We've got a tax that generates almost $800 million to do improvements here in this community. Not the federal government, but the state, local, and what it's doing directly towards roads and infrastructure. Not somebody's got their hand throwing it out and go over here or some other direction. Those are the type of taxes that we're supposed to identify. And when we're done, there's no way. That's the kind of person I am. We'll be on transportation infrastructure, also subcommittee of pipeline and rail. Pipeline and rail is important to this community, important to the West. Be on waters of the U.S. You know, this administration continually tried to work towards where they want to regulate your bathtub, your swimming pool, your puddle in your back, in your front yard. That's not what the federal government is designed to do. These are state authorities, not federal government authorities. So we held back and stopped a lot of the regulatory process, trying to change things in that committee. It's been frustrating. We passed it to the House, and the Senate sets on it. Not because they have to, but because people block it on the other side. The other committee that I have the privilege of setting on is natural resources. What does that mean for Nevada? Well, it's public lands. Those are big issues for me. You know, I'm a firm believer that our founding fathers intended every state to be on a fair and equal footing with all other states. Some would have you believe that in the Constitution, Article 3, Section 4, that you're supposed to, that they have authority over all things. They have authority over territory. My tractor back here for the other side, he can send that message back if you wanted to answer that. With that being said, those are important issues. Also, minerals and energy. What does that mean to Nevada? Think about it. If the federal government didn't have their hands in taxing the mining industry, the minerals and energy in this state, these lands were now going to be taxes going directly to us, and not have to split it, share it with the federal government, like other states that are successful. So those are big issues. And the one that is really important to me is the fact that I'm on the small business committee. You know, being a small business person for 20 years, to be able to be the chairman on oversight, regulation, real privilege. You know, we've done many things to try to combat the overreaching burdens of the regulatory system, try to get back things like the RAINS Act. You realize this administration just last year alone created over 82,035 pages of regulations from January to December of 2015. What does that mean to you as small business owners? If you had your staff read 300 pages a day, you could barely keep up with the amount of pages they're regulating in 1 year. That's a full-time staff member. You'd have to hire just read that. I think most people can't read 300 pages of fine print, leaders digest print. That being said, what does it really cost? Well, a study was done. You know what that's costing our economy? $2.3 trillion a year. That's the 9th largest economy in this world. You know, if we could keep that, put it towards our national debt, things that we need, We don't have a revenue problem in this country. We have a spending problem. We have a regulatory problem. Yes, we need regulations. There's certain important regulations, and there's certain ones that were given, and there was enumerated powers to the federal government. But the rest were left up to the states. I believe our founding fathers had it right. I like to say I'm a constitutional conservative. I believe that you can expand certain areas of those enumerated powers that was given to the federal government and work on those, but the rest are still left up to the states. But not all of us the federal government's fault. We've elected governors to continue to not stand up and say no, federal government. This is my authority, not yours, federal government. We always need to be vigilant. People like to say they're not involved in politics, but I guarantee you politics is involved in every life in this country. So we have to be involved. So why did I get involved in this? Well, I have 4 children. I'd like to say this for you, but I can tell you, my self-serving attitude was about my children. I want my children to have the same opportunities, and my grandchildren to have the same opportunities that I did. I come from a family that I did. I don't think my dad made more than $10,000 or $15,000 a year in his life. I'm not complaining. Because you know what? I had the necessities of life. I had a roof over my head. I had clothes on my back, food in my belly. Those are the necessities of life. Today, many millions of people don't even have that necessities of life. Because I believe we're no reach government. The lack of opportunity in the American dream. Yes, we can all have that American dream. It takes hard work, along with the intellect to do so. But it shouldn't be as tough as this to get through the process. That's the reason I've been privileged to be here. And I do believe what I do for my family blesses all the lives of people in this country. Because I'd never do anything to harm my family. And then in turn, I would never do anything to harm you. You know, there's many things that we can do in this country. I want you to know, you don't hear about it on the press. It's advertised on a regular basis. We try to get that word out there. So I'm telling you here today, people talk about the Republicans not having solutions. And many of you have been around. Remember the Duke Giggerich's contract in America. We got something better. And it's out there. It's the better way. It's going to deal with tax reform. It deals with regulation. It deals with health care issues and a number of other issues. If you want to know what's going on, just go to betterway.gop. Look it up. It's like a contract with America, but it has the solutions of what we plan on doing if we can get a president to support us. Even when we get something across the president's desk, it's beaten. I like to say the will of the people voted in both houses. We haven't got enough there to override the president's veto. I look forward to that by getting a Republican president elected. So with that, I'm going to shut my mouth. If you've got any questions.
How is it looking on our rail system? You know, I've had this conversation with here, I've traveled the world, and the United States is a major country, and we don't have any rail.
Here's where my belief is. The government shouldn't be totally involved in that right off the bat. Never should be involved with all the rail systems. Because what we're finding out with Amtrak and others, for like the East Coast, they have major usage. They're basically, their fees help pay for a lot of the rest of the country. But it's cost us about $7 every dollar to run a rail system. Now, economically, there's a bullet train being talked about going to California here. It's still being looked at. I think once it becomes viable, guess what? Once the private sector steps up with it, now we can do a private-public partnership, which I believe is important. Once you get to that point, you work together. The private sector will always make it work better than the system. Public sector. So that's what we get involved with. Let's get the analysis of all the we need to step in and help on that. It's economically viable practice. We try that low on the weekend. It's such worse going to California. People are coming back from California when they're trying to get home when they get there. It's not just on the weekends anymore, it's during the weekends.
Like our Congress, I mean, they make a lot of decisions for us. Sometimes the common sense, unfortunately, doesn't filtrate into Congress or into Washington, D.C. There's not a single day I have not called 8 Washington, D.C. hours and give them a headache. Now I'm their new headache. How do you justify, I'm trying to solve a small problem, which is only $200 billion, taking care of our veterans and their healthcare system. We spend $25,000 for a $15 injection. And we justify that. You know, I spent just 20 years in a small place called Harvard before coming here in Boston. And if that money is coming out of my dad's account or from my university's account, if I blew it, I'll be fired the next hour. And we keep people employed and authorizing them. That's okay. This is what we want to do. Think what we can do for $5,000, we spend $100,000. Same like the highway contract. A job which costs $1 million a year, somebody gets a contract for $20 million. Taxpayers' dollars. Then we take that money and give it to Nuremberg Rotary Company to build a new bomber for $80 billion bomber now, because we want to kill more people in the world. What is your power to stand up and fight for these? And as a congressman, or what is my right to appear in front of Congress and ask them the questions?
I can tell you this is your right. Just right here, right now, you get the chance to ask me questions. You push towards issues that are of concern. I'm here to listen to those concerns. That's my job as a representative. I represent we the people. Now, not many people in Congress still have that philosophy of representing we the people. But I have 730,000, almost 730,000 people in my district. Those are my constituents. I have an obligation to listen to them. What I have done is I'm a Republican. But I can guarantee you that my office and myself hasn't just represented Republicans. I've represented Democrats, Independents, Libertarians, all alike. I represent the whole district. I've heard their voice. And you talk about calling up the office. Well, I haven't heard who you are yet, but I can tell you that my office has responded. Because when I left just a few weeks ago, the last time, we had 8 letters that I had not responded to out of thousands. Very few congressmen can say that. We had down to 8 letters. We get thousands. We respond to them. Phone calls. I've heard that phone call. People never talk to me. Apologize for what's happened. I will check. But back to the VA. This frustration that all of us have. We've actually passed a nonpartisan bill to try to solve some of the things with the VA. And we even had to pass last year a bill that said we can fire people for not doing their job. Why should I have to come up with a bill to fire somebody that's not doing their job? In the private sector, I can get rid of them automatically. But the federal government, you can't. There's no state and local government that can. And so we passed law through the House, and the Senate got approved. I think it was in the NDAA package. Guess what? The president vetoed it. Because of that and a number of other issues. We're still come back through and pushed again and got other pieces through there. Those are the frustrations I have. You know, there's 435 people in my house and 100 in the other house. And we play too much politics anymore. It's frustrating to me to come from the state legislature. As I said, I worked with American Kirkpatrick. I was assistant minority leader of the Republican Party, and she was the Speaker of the House of the Democratic Party that was in charge. And we worked together. I actually packed the bill to get things done. That's what we're supposed to do, is work together and solve things. The federal government's not getting that done. We can't seem to get together on issues.
What's the problem with on the taxing bill for standalone bills? Why are there so few standalone single issue bills?
That's a good question. It seems like everything has a rider, everything has some kind of stuff into a closet. Well, by the time you get through all the appropriation process, the year's almost over. One of the discussions that we've had is this would be like the state of Nevada. Let's need these appropriation and budgets for 2 years term, because we're getting elected every 2 years. We should be able to budget for that process and leave it open to solve some of these other individual issues. But it's a lot of times that's how good stuff gets in and bad stuff gets in. It's package bill. So that's what the frustration is. We get the idea and everything else. Sometimes they'll go through themselves and somebody tries to shove it in. And I'm like you, I'd like to do individual bills. But the state legislature, I had an opportunity to read every bill and go through it and understand it.
Also makes people more accountable.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes better legislation. But that's another issue that we're trying to get back is our constitutional authority. Do you realize that I don't have the power to represent you like I'm designed by my founding fathers to do? I don't have the ability and power to do it. It's not just this administration, it's every administration for the last 50, 60 years. Because of things like the New Deal, continue to take away our authority, we turn it over to administrations. We turn it over to bureaucrats to do the regulation, to tell us what the parameters of the law is. When it used to be, Congress used to develop the bill, what is the parameters of that legislation, what is the intent of the law, and the regulatory parameters before you can pass it. Now we can't do that anymore because we turned that over years ago. We need to get that back to where presidents can go out there and change laws based on administration changing regulatory.
Well, I'm just going to comment that that's probably because good congressmen not supposed to good bills because of the garbage that's connected to them. Right?
That's exactly correct. You have to take bits and pieces of what's going on lots of times. And I will not vote against something that's against my morals and principles and values. Vote for something. And so lots of times, I have the heritage tracking. My rating is not real top notch, but I don't know what they evaluate because they don't just vote. Voting isn't just about financial. It's about a whole gamut of issues in there, cause and effects. We have to look at the whole gamut. Let's get around voting with what I call the Freedom Caucus over there, ideal. And I don't believe we were sent there to vote in blocks of people. I think our founding fathers never intended the two-party system. They in part intended for us to go and select people that were best represented in Congress and work together and have consensus on those issues they wanted to work on and maybe compromise within that parameter. Right now, you're not even having got a chance to do that.
I'm always supportive, and with all the executive office and the United States Senate and Congress, us people, when we look at this institution, we see so much corruption going on. And so a lot of people are dismayed by going and voting without the lobbyists and the show on Netflix and House of Cards and show you what's going on behind the scenes and stuff like that. So we'd like to see, I don't know what the solution is, because I know as a congressman or a senator, unfortunately, we have to raise money to run for that campaign. And we have to keep doing this and doing this. But I think the solution for all this, whether it's the Congress or Senate or even Supreme Court judges, but they pass laws, they abuse the power because they have the lifetime protection. I think term limits is something that we should look into. So we don't have to have all these things. Somebody can be in office for 30 years. Now they want to change the airport, not get an airport after his name, because he's in the Senate for 30 years. And so I think we have a problem across the country. This is, I love America, I'm proud of America. And I love to see that we are, we're a lot of people, man, about have to raise money. Foreign government comes from Middle East or somewhere. They donate $1 million to the senator, all of a sudden he's an enemy for them. And what about the American people? Our business institution is representing the American people only. And we should only be about America, not anywhere else. Thank you.
Okay, we'll talk about, let's take the corruption. There may be corruption out there. I don't know if he's involved in that direction of the government problem. Let me tell you about my situation. Yes, I've taken money from people, maybe from office, and I've taken money. You know what? You're entitled to my ear, not my vote. That's what money is designed. So this is still a personal thing. You got to decide who you're voting for. There's people that's been back there for 30 years. Yes, and longer. That's too long for anybody. But here's my something that I didn't understand. You know, we hear about term limits. You know, in the House side, or outside, the Republican side, 75% of Republicans have been there less than 6 years.
That's good.
Yeah, 75%. The average age, you keep hearing that, you know, we're the old white party. Well, the average age of the Republicans is only 58 in the House of Representatives. The average age in the Democratic Party is around 65. You keep hearing that the Democratic Party is the party of the youth. Here's some more information for you. Republicans have 29 people under the age of 40 when they're elected into the House. Democrats only have 9. Republicans have elected the youngest male and the youngest female into the House of Representatives. Everybody, you hear about the Democrats being the party of youth. Well, I beg to differ for those results. I think that it's a scary thing, the corruption side. But how do you control that? Everybody needs to evaluate their congressman or their senator every time they're up for election. That's why we go back every 2 years, because we have to stand responsible to you. Now, you don't hear about me. I'm here today, but for the last year and a half, 17 months, I've been 100% focused on what my job is. Do I make phone calls? You hear this crap about on the TV the other day about somebody were forced to make phone calls? Nobody has ever told me that I had to make a phone call. I made every phone call that I've done on my time, and it's not during the legislative time. But I've been here every weekend. I've been back. I think it's been 4 weekends that I've stayed back there in the 17 months. I come home every weekend. I come out and I'm in my district. I'm doing all types of business opportunities, looking at all types of issues, meeting with businesses, hearing about their frustrations, so I can go back and try to deal with it. That's what you elect us to do. You know, people can decide if they like me or they don't. You know, my opponent wants to talk about my voting record. I've got a voting record. I'll stand by my voting record, and I'm proud of my voting record. You know what? I want you to look at his background. I want people to look at his background. Has he ever created a job? Has he ever employed anybody? No. Has he been on the legal side? He's still representing big government or big money? Yes, we have, especially in this stuff like that. So I want you to look at those deals. Look forward to that opportunity to have that discussion with you.
Thank you. You mentioned something scary, the corruption. The reason it's scary in our country because it's organized corruption. So it's under the table. No one is not
Let me give you some little reassurance. When I went back there, I thought I'd be number 9. I thought I'd be a business guy who's left his business, you know, challenging times, the whole 9 yards. Just somehow you get in your head. I've been blessed for a reason there. Out of the 40-some odd Republicans back there that were elected this last go around in 2014, I'm amazed. 38 of them or 40 of them are people that all left their businesses or their practices to go back there because they're like I am. I'm not scared of man or beast. I'm not even scared of death. Time's coming. But I'm terrified of what's going on in our country. These people have all left because they're terrified of what's going on in our country. They care about their families. They care about their posterity and their future. That's what we should be there for. And I want to do the best I can. But I'm not going to be there for this. This is not clear for me, folks. Because at the end of the day, I want another citizen to step up. Somebody should be here in this room, should be preparing themselves to take that place.
what he.
With as much passion.
Honorable Congressman, this is my pleasure. I'm the first time generation. And I truly thank for the SAPNA. I understand what SAPNA is a dream, which is actually everybody in this room can be part of the dream. Which I see that dream many years ago. The dream, which I believe, number one is trust. And with the trust, then you need to believe in the sale. Number two, is certainly what people work for. When I came to this country, I started I walked through all those and when I've worked in many of those places where other community with the social God, I have seen what is there 10 to 15 years ahead of us. My mother took me to one of her relatives, they owned two sons. One of his brothers on it was an accountant, and one of his brothers was wife running the today. Party very well is the largest developer of suburbs. His younger brother is the old developer in Canada. I met another guy in the company. He came to America. And we started working at the gas station with this brother in the market. Today his work he was a 25 years anniversary in Thompson. There about probably over out of 7 people came from Thompson. And he set his another milestone that he wanted to get $1 billion to separate. There's a lot of opportunities in but we also see, just like my basic process in Michigan, that it's a little harder for the people who want to go across. I belong to a sick organization. And every time I decide to hear everywhere, urban, I just do things. Because it is a service. That's out of 10, 6 people don't get now sick or sick. And it's a perception we need to change. And I think that's what personal life is doing. Hardworking people. And we also ask on your office what you can do to help us on that side. And plus, and how you can help us reducing the debt so we can grow more.
You hit the number one target right there. Because debt is the most encumbering thing on your liberties and freedoms there are. And we have a real challenge there. First of all, I want to state, you realize that immigrants are about 70% beyond new entrepreneurship in our nation, small job creators. It's important to have good immigration policy, good opportunity for people to come to live the American dream and grow that American dream. We have to see about 70% of our nation's economy is built by the immigrant class. Now, more is the policies of this debt. Right now, today, it's almost a little over $69,000 per man, woman, and child. It's getting paid the debt off today of $19 trillion a year. That's not the real debt. The challenge is right now, those obligations, those mandatory spending, not discretionary, mandatory spending, Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid issues is about $128 trillion. You know what? If we don't have a strong economy, if we don't get people back to work, we've already seen Medicare and Medicaid is going to probably fail in 2028. We've tried to reorganize that. We need to make sure it's going to where it's supposed to. People aren't going to emergency centers for hangnails. They're actually legitimately going to maybe a clinic if they need it. But I want to make sure that that's still there, not just for you, but for me and the future generation. We've got to make sure that we do some adjustments to make sure that we get this economy moving again first and takes care of those. And regulations, overrules and regulations are always going to hold back business from being able to make the best it can and grow its business. So I started out as a small business, got a little bigger. I always invested back into the company. I really enjoyed having employees. That's the greatest privilege in my life, is to have employees. As I said before, was to be an employer. But in 2010, when you drop down to 70, the toughest thing I've ever done between 2006 and 2010 is lay off people. So that's the frustration this economy's having. That's what's happening to small business, even if they get started. They haven't got the room to grow because it's just constantly something new coming out of Washington D.C. It's supposed to come out of your state because the government closest to the people is the best government. I wanted a limited, efficient government doing the things that it was enumerated to do constitutionally, the rest left up to the state. That's the guy I have.
Excuse me, maybe in this one, we're talking about the religion. I just want to say, we were talking about the Hindu, and I don't think you watching or C-SPAN on the RNC, you were talking about the religion. I want to answer RNC. On the second name, the vice chairman from the California lady, she was sick. She started the prayer with the group. I just want you to know that the RNC and the Republicans, we are kind of bad. Like even the end, they finished it with the Muslim. The one guy was Muslim and he finished the convention by 1 month. So, but I was very impressed that she covered her head and she did all the prayers.
There's one thing I want to say about that. That is the root cause of evil. That's the root cause of all the problems in this
No,
world.
I'm just saying they started it.
Just let me say one thing, yeah. Educating people.
They are recognizing mistakes.
Like I say, I put this on the Twitter when 100 people were killed in Paris last week. Oh, we send our prayers. Your prayers doesn't help anything. It has never helped. We have gone to 1860s. Dr. Dalton has done studies on the congregational churches of England. In those days, they would end the prayers with God bless our Queen, God bless our Prince, give them a lot of health. So he went and looked at life expectancy, which was a lot less than a lot of people were not receiving prayers. So believing in this day and age, when we have advanced so much in science and technology in every single field, just not medicine, we are not the only living species on this world. There are 1.2 million species in this world which we have categorized, including a little bat which flies around with a radar. So is a blue whale. So is a little honeybee. And believing in a photograph and a stone and standing in front of the stone and asking to fix problems is not going to fix problems. It creates more problems than anything else. Like what you're doing, the job. The job you're doing is.
This is a debate I want to stand up to. You have a right to your opinion. You have the privilege to understand and be where you are. But please don't judge me based on my view, because you know what? I believe the prayers of the few, many are blessed.
Yes, amen.
And you know what? This nation was founded on Christian privilege and a God. And that's when our success. And when we leave God, that's my belief. That's mine. That's all right. That's all right. You have to follow this. You have to follow this.
All I can say is that 20 seconds. Let me give you a 20 seconds.
This is not a debate, it's a question and answer.
Just let me give you a 20-second synopsis for what, because this is what I want you to represent. Bringing on peace on earth. This world moves around the sun at 67,000 miles an hour, maintains a tilt of 23.5 degrees. It cannot deviate 0.001 degree towards Mars or the Venus. Water freezes, water evaporates. 519 other planets we have discovered. So what I'm saying is we have to believe in that science, not in
Thank you very much. Judge Hardy and Judge Eric Johnson had to leave, but we have another candidate, Mary Perry, if you'd like to say a few words. Thank you.